Dr. Amanda Hayes wiped the red Martian dust from her scanner's display, squinting at the anomalous readings beneath the Hellas Basin. After 3 years of fighting for funding and enduring ridicule from her colleagues, her deep penetrating quantum resonance scanner was finally proving them all wrong. Dr. Hayes, her assistant Michael Torres, came scrambling down the crater's slope, kicking up clouds of rust-colored powder. The secondary arrays are picking up the same signal. It's not an equipment malfunction. Amanda allowed herself a small smile. Pull up the 3D rendering. The holographic display flickered to life between them, showing a massive geometric structure buried 2 miles beneath the surface. Its perfect angles and symmetrical design left no doubt. This was no natural formation. It's bigger than anything in our database, Michael whispered, his voice filled with awe. The energy readings are off the charts, and it's active. Active. Amanda's heart raced. Every other artifact they'd found on Mars had been dead for millennia. Get me a direct line to mission control. And Michael. She grabbed his arm before he could leave. Not a word of this on any public channels. Within hours, their small archaeological survey site transformed into a hub of frenzied activity. Survey drones deployed from their base camp, mapping every cubic meter of the structure, while drilling robots began carefully boring through the ancient Martian crust. Amanda stood at the edge of the expanding excavation, watching the massive drilling platform descend into the darkness. The structure's energy signature had only grown stronger as they dug deeper, pulsing like a heartbeat from another age. Mission Control is demanding hourly updates, Michael reported, joining her at the pit's edge. And 3 other space agencies have detected our activity. We don't have much time before this goes public. Then we better make it count. Amanda checked her pressure suit one final time. Is the first shaft stable? You can't be serious. Michael stepped between her and the shaft entrance. We need to wait for the full safety assessment. In about 6 hours, this site will be swarming with every major space agency on Earth. Amanda cut him off. Whatever's down there has been waiting for thousands of years. I'm not letting bureaucracy keep me from being the first to see it. The descent felt eternal. Amanda's helmet lights illuminated the smooth engineered walls of the shaft as she rappelled deeper into Mars' crust. At the bottom, she found herself in a vast chamber that her lights couldn't fully illuminate. I'm reading breathable atmosphere, she said into her comm, checking her instruments twice to be sure. How is that possible? Don't you dare remove that helmet, Michael's voice crackled through the static. Amanda approached the chamber's center, where a pedestal of some unknown metal rose from the floor. As she drew closer, lines of light began appearing in the walls, spreading like luminescent veins through the structure. The pedestal itself came alive, projecting a field of shifting symbols into the air. Are you seeing this? She breathed, transmitting video back to the surface. The symbols rearranged themselves before her eyes, transforming into recognizable patterns. Not hieroglyphs, not alien script, but something that made her blood run cold. English words. GENEDC profile, DHTCTED. Human authorization. Co-environment. Activating emergency protocol Omega. ENITEATing NTERFAC. With Guardian Hayes, Amanda. How does it know my name? She whispered. The chamber flooded with light, and a voice filled her helmet, not through her radio, but seemingly directly in her mind. Welcome, Guardian Hayes. You have finally returned. The repository awaits your command. A holographic figure materialized before her, a beam of pure light in vaguely humanoid form. I am the custodian of this facility. We have waited 50,000 years for humanity to find its way back to the stars. There is much you need to know about your true heritage. Amanda's world tilted as the implications hit her. This wasn't just a simple archaeological find. This was humanity's past reaching out across millennia, about to rewrite everything they thought they knew about human civilization. And somehow, impossibly, It knew they were coming. The holographic displays aboard the International Mars Station filled the command center with an eerie blue glow as Amanda watched ancient satellites spring to life throughout the solar system. It had been 3 days since the repository's activation, and humanity's solar neighborhood was transforming before their eyes. Another one just came online near Neptune, Michael reported, his fingers dancing across the control panel. That makes 17 in the outer system alone. Whatever these devices are, they're building up to something big. Amanda nodded, absently rubbing her temples. The headaches had started shortly after her first interface with the custodian, accompanied by dreams so vivid they felt like memories. Last night, she had walked through crystal cities on worlds she'd never seen, surrounded by beings of light and shadow. Dr. Hayes, a junior technician, interrupted her thoughts. You need to see this. It's happening on Earth too. The main screen shifted to a live feed from the Pacific Ocean. Miles off the coast of Japan, the sea was boiling, and something massive was rising from the depths. Similar reports were coming in from the Atlantic, the Indian Ocean, and even beneath the Arctic ice. The repository called them nexus points, Amanda explained, recognizing the geometric patterns emerging from the waters. They were part of humanity's faster-than-light travel network. But there's something else. She doubled over as a sharp pain lanced through her head, bringing with it a flood of images, vast fleets of starships, battles among the stars, and a darkness that devoured everything in its path. Amanda. Michael caught her before she could fall. Your nose is bleeding. I'm fine, she insisted, wiping the blood away. The custodian warned me this would happen. The genetic memories are integrating faster than expected. The station's alarm system suddenly blared to life. On the main screen, a massive energy surge emanated from the Martian repository, spreading outward through the solar system like a wave. All those satellites, Michael breathed. They're not just activating, they're scanning. Amanda watched as the wave passed through Earth, leaving strange energy readings in its wake. Reports began flooding in from every corner of the globe. People experiencing headaches, vivid dreams, and in some cases, impossible abilities. In Mumbai, a young girl had somehow stopped a falling crane from crushing a crowd of people, holding it suspended in midair through sheer will. In Rio de Janeiro, a street artist's drawings had come to life, shifting and moving across walls. And in Moscow, a physics student had accidentally teleported himself across his university campus. It's starting, Amanda whispered, understanding flowing through her with the genetic memories. Our ancestors didn't just hide their technology. They hid their power inside us, encoded in our DNA. The wave was a wake-up call. The custodian's holographic form appeared beside her, visible only to her enhanced perception. The process cannot be stopped now, Guardian Hayes. Humanity must remember what it once was, what it can be again. The darkness approaches. New alarms sounded as something massive appeared near Jupiter's orbit, a ship of impossible proportions, its surface rippling like liquid metal. First contact, Michael announced unnecessarily, his voice shaking. They're broadcasting on all frequencies, using English. The message was simple. The children of light return. We, the Talari, honor our ancient oath. The guardians must rise again, for the void hunters stir in the dark between stars. Amanda stood straighter as another genetic memory clicked into place. She knew that ship, knew the beings of pure energy that crewed it. Humanity's most trusted allies had finally returned. Send them our coordinates, she ordered, her voice carrying an authority she didn't quite recognize as her own. And get me a direct line to Earth's major governments. They need to understand what's happening. The repository had changed everything in just 3 days. But as Amanda felt the ancient knowledge awakening within her, she knew this was only the beginning. Humanity was remembering its heritage, one DNA strand at a time, and the universe would never be the same. The United Nations General Assembly had never seen anything like the Talari delegation. 3 pillars of shifting light, contained within crystalline environmental suits, stood before the world's representatives. Their presence turned the normally austere chamber into something from humanity's newly remembered past. Amanda stood at the podium beside them, fighting back another headache as fresh memories surfaced. She recognized the central figure, not from her genetic memories, but from the dreams that now filled her nights. "Ambassador Zara," she said, addressing the brightest of the light beings. "Perhaps you should tell them what you told me about the coming darkness." The Talari's crystalline suit pulsed with colors as it spoke, its melodic voice translated through devices that had waited 50 millennia to be used again. "We were there when humanity made its last stand. We witnessed their sacrifice, their choice to hide their civilization within their own genetic code rather than face extinction." Murmurs filled the chamber, but they died instantly when the main screens lit up with images of destruction. Entire star systems going dark, worlds crumbling to dust. "The Void Hunters are awakening," Zora continued. "They have already consumed 3 systems in the Outer Rim. This is why the repository activated, why humanity's dormant abilities are surfacing. The final failsafe has triggered." As if on cue, Amanda's phone buzzed with another report. In Kansas, 17-year-old Jason Chen had manifested an energy shield around his entire high school during a tornado. In Egypt, a museum curator named Fatima El Hassan had touched an ancient artifact and instantly understood every hieroglyph in her collection. The awakening was accelerating. The chamber's doors burst open as an aide rushed in, whispering urgently to the Secretary General. Amanda didn't need to hear the news. She felt it in her bones. "Another ship has entered the system," she announced before the Secretary General could speak. "But these aren't allies." The screen shifted to a live feed from Mars orbit. A vessel of dark metal, organic and threatening in its design, had appeared without warning. Its surface seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. The persecutors, Zara's light dimmed noticeably. They once served as humanity's executioners, hunting down those who violated galactic law. They believe humanity's return violates the terms of their own surrender. Amanda stepped forward, her voice carrying new authority as more of her genetic memories integrated. "What they fail to understand is that humanity never surrendered. We chose to hide, to preserve our civilization until it was needed again." The persecutor ship broadcast its message across all frequencies. The sentence was clear. Humanity forsook their right to the stars. Resume your primitive state or face extinction. Before anyone could respond, Amanda felt a surge of power through her enhanced DNA. Her fingers moved on instinct, tracing patterns in the air that shimmered with actual light. A holographic display appeared before the assembly, showing the true scale of what humanity had once been. "We were not just another species among the stars," she declared, her voice resonating with the memories of 1,000 ancestors. "We were the guardians of life itself, chosen by the first ones to protect and nurture younger civilizations." The persecutors forgot their place. They were our tools, not our masters. The Talari moved in perfect synchronization, their crystalline suits humming with power. "We stand with Earth," Zara announced, "as do the Meridians, the Lithoids, and all who remember humanity's true purpose. The persecutors speak only for themselves." As if in response, dozens of new ships appeared in the solar system. A flotilla of diverse designs representing species humanity was only beginning to remember. They took up defensive positions around Earth, a clear message to the persecutor vessel. Amanda faced the assembly again, knowing humanity stood at a crossroads. We can cower from our destiny, or we can embrace what we were always meant to be. The choice is ours, but we must decide quickly. The Void Hunters won't wait, and neither will our enemies. The genetic memories showed her what came next, the hard choices, the battles ahead. But they also showed her humanity's potential, if they could only grasp it in time. Amanda's footsteps echoed through the repository's crystalline corridors, 2 miles beneath the Martian surface. The persecutor's ship still loomed in orbit, a dark reminder of humanity's complicated past. But down here, surrounded by the legacy of her ancestors, she felt centered. The genetic integration is at 70%. The custodian's holographic form walked beside her, its light casting dancing shadows. You're processing the memories faster than anticipated. Because we're running out of time, Amanda replied, touching the wall. It hummed beneath her fingers, responding to her enhanced DNA. Show me what happened to the first ones. The corridor transformed around them, becoming a vast chamber filled with beings of pure energy, the original species that had achieved consciousness in the galaxy. Amanda watched through ancestral eyes as they made their fateful choice. They sought to transcend physical form, the custodian explained as the scene unfolded. But in doing so, they created the first Void Hunters. Only humanity, their last and greatest creation, had the strength to stand against the darkness. The vision shifted, showing humans wielding impossible technologies, commanding powers that bridged the gap between matter and energy. We weren't just another species, Amanda whispered, understanding flowing through her. We were designed to be custodians of life itself. A sharp pain lanced through her head as new memories integrated. She saw the construction of the Gate Network, watched as humanity seeded worlds with life and guided young species to the stars. The persecutors had been their justice system, the Talari their diplomats, each species uplifted and given a role in maintaining cosmic order. Dr. Hayes, Michael's voice crackled through her calm. We found something in the lower chambers. You need to see this. The discovery chamber took Amanda's breath away. Suspended in fields of pure energy were seeds of the technologies that had made humanity's empire possible. Quantum cores that could power entire cities, shape-shifting metals that responded to thought, and at the center, a complete blueprint of the Nexus gates. This is why the persecutors fear us, she realized, touching one of the stasis fields. We didn't just hide our civilization, we preserved it. Everything we were, waiting to be reborn. The custodian's form flickered. There is more. Watch. Another memory unfolded. The final days before the Void Hunters' first assault, Amanda watched her ancestors make their desperate choice, encoding their entire civilization into humanity's DNA. The knowledge, the powers, even aspects of their consciousness, all hidden within a genetic time block, waiting for the right moment to reawaken. The persecutors thought we destroyed our technology, Amanda said, pieces clicking into place. They never understood that we became the technology. Every human carries a piece of what we once were. Her hand brushed against a crystal panel, and it responded instantly, revealing the hidden chamber. Inside, a suit of armor floated in suspension. Not metal, but something that seemed to exist between states of matter. The Guardian's Mantle, the custodian announced. One of 5 created by the first ones themselves. It was meant for you, Amanda Hayes. Your genetic line was specifically preserved to wear it. As she approached the suit, it began to dissolve, flowing onto her body like liquid light before solidifying into sleek armor. Knowledge flooded her mind, not just memories now, but direct neural interfaces with humanity's most advanced technologies. The other 4 mantles, she said, knowledge flowing through her. They're on Earth, calling to their chosen bearers. With them, we can reactivate the entire defense network. A tremor shook the facility. Above, the persecutors had opened fire on the assembled alien fleet. The window of preparation was closing fast. Then we better find them quickly, Michael said from the doorway, his eyes wide at her transformed appearance. Because I don't think the persecutors are going to wait much longer. Amanda flexed her hand, watching energy dance between her fingers. The weight of history pressed down on her, but also lifted her up. They had hidden their civilization in their very blood, becoming living vessels of humanity's legacy. Now it was time to remember not just what they were, but what they could be again. No, she agreed, feeling the armor respond to her thoughts. They won't wait. But neither will we. The Talari colony on Europa disappeared in an instant, One moment, the underground settlement housed 10,000 energy beings beneath the moon's icy surface. The next, there was only darkness, a void that consumed even the background radiation of space itself. Amanda watched the sensor readings from the Mars Command Center, her guardian's mantle pulsing with reactive energy. "Show me the final transmission again." A holographic display flickered to life, showing the colony's last moments. A shadow passed through Europa's ice, not moving across it but through it, as if reality itself was being consumed. The Talari's desperate warning came through once more. "They're here. The Void Hunters have returned. Earth must. Then nothing." 3 more colonies have gone dark in the outer system, Michael reported, his voice tight. "The persecutors have withdrawn entirely. Even they fear what's coming." Ambassador Zara's light dimmed noticeably. "The hunters move faster than before. They've evolved." Amanda closed her eyes, letting the genetic memories flow. She saw the first emergence of the Void Hunters, watched as the first ones attempt to transcend physical form, twisted them into living negations of reality. The memories showed her civilization's desperate attempts to stop them, culminating in the decision to hide on Earth. "What about the other mantle-bearers?" she asked, opening her eyes. "Jason Chen has fully bonded with the warrior's mantle in Kansas." Michael brought up the status display. "Dr. Elena Rodriguez activated the scholar's mantle in Buenos Aires. We're still tracking the final 2. A new alert blared through the command center. The main screen showed a massive distortion appearing near Saturn, spreading like ink through water. As they watched, the planet's rings began to disintegrate, drawn into the growing darkness. "They're not just consuming matter anymore," Zara observed. "They're consuming probability itself, erasing things from existence retroactively." Amanda felt her mantle respond to her rising emotions, energy crackling around her. The armor had become like a second skin, its capabilities growing as she remembered more of humanity's legacy. But would it be enough? "Dr. Hayes," a technician called out, "we're detecting massive energy signatures from Earth. The dormant abilities, they're activating globally." The displays split into dozens of feeds, in cities across the planet. Humans were manifesting powers as their ancient heritage fully awakened. Some could manipulate energy directly, others interfaced with recovered technology, and a rare few showed mastery over spacetime itself. The genetic failsafe, Amanda realized. The approaching darkness is triggering an emergency activation. Our ancestors knew this would happen. Through her enhanced senses, she felt the web of consciousness forming between awakened humans worldwide. The genetic memories weren't just technical data, they were a backup of their entire civilization, including their neural networks. The Void Hunter near Saturn suddenly changed direction, moving with purpose now. Amanda didn't need instruments to know its destination. "They can sense the awakening," she said. "Earth just lit up like a beacon to them." "Then we better hope the defense network is ready," Michael replied, bringing up the status of the reactivated satellites. "Because that thing will reach Earth in less than 48 hours. Amanda touched the command console, letting her mantle interface directly with the ancient systems. Through the genetic memories, she understood now why humanity had chosen this path. The Void Hunters couldn't be destroyed conventionally. They existed partially outside normal spacetime. But humanity had spent millennia becoming living weapons, their DNA encoded with the exact frequencies needed to disrupt the Hunters' impossible physics. "Get me a direct line to all awakened humans," she ordered. "And contact the other mantle-bearers. We need to coordinate globally." "What are you planning?" Zara asked, her crystalline suit humming with concern. Amanda watched the darkness approach, remembering the sacrifices of her ancestors. "We're going to remind the universe why humanity was chosen to guard it in the first place." The mantle pulsed with power, responding to her resolve. They had 48 hours to prepare for battle against an enemy that devoured reality itself. The weight of species yet unborn rested on their success. Humanity's greatest test had begun. The skies above Earth churned with activity as ships from across the galaxy arrived in waves. Amanda watched from the newly activated orbital defense platform as vessels of every conceivable design took up defensive positions. Crystalline structures that housed the lithoids, biological ships piloted by the cybernetic synthins, and swirling energy constructs that carried the psychic meridians. The old alliances remember, Ambassador Zara observed, her light form rippling with approval. Even after 50,000 years. Amanda's Guardian's mantle interfaced seamlessly with the platform's systems, giving her instant awareness of every ship in the growing fleet. Through the genetic memories, she recognized designs that hadn't sailed the stars since humanity's golden age. Incoming transmission from the Cynthian flagship, Michael announced from his station. They've brought something. The main holographic display showed the Cynthian leader, a being of flesh and living metal named Core Mind 7th. Behind it stood a massive construct that made Amanda's enhanced senses tingle with recognition. The World Engine, she breathed, ancestral knowledge flooding in. We thought it was lost. Preserved, Core Mind 7th corrected, its voice a harmony of organic and synthetic tones. As were many of your greatest works, we each kept pieces safe, waiting for humanity's return. The World Engine had been humanity's masterpiece, a device capable of channeling the combined power of thousands of enhanced humans into a single purpose. In the genetic memories, Amanda saw it used to create habitable worlds and seal rifts in space-time. Status report on the Awakened, she commanded, turning to the tactical display. Over 10 million humans showing enhanced abilities worldwide. Michael replied. The other mantle-bearers are coordinating regional defense groups. Jason Chen has 12,000 energy manipulators training in North America. Dr. Rodriguez has linked 20,000 technopaths into a global network. Amanda felt the growing web of consciousness, millions of awakened minds linked through their shared genetic heritage. Every hour brought new manifestations of power, new rememberings of what humanity had once been. A sudden alert cut through the command center. The Void Hunter near Saturn had accelerated, consuming 3 of Jupiter's moons as it passed. Behind it, reality simply ceased to exist, leaving holes in space itself. Time estimate to Earth, Amanda asked, though she already knew the answer. 6 hours, Michael confirmed grimly. Through the station's windows, Amanda watched as the World Engine came online, its massive frame unfolding like a mechanical flower. Energy began flowing from Earth, the combined power of awakened humanity feeding into the ancient device. The meridians have mapped the Hunter's void wake, Zara reported. It's not just consuming space, it's erasing the quantum foundation of reality. Nothing that enters that wake can ever have existed. Amanda's mantle pulsed as she interfaced with the World Engine's controls. The genetic memories showed her its true purpose, not just as a tool for creation, but as humanity's ultimate weapon against the darkness. We'll have one shot, she announced to the assembled fleet commanders. The Hunter will be vulnerable for a fraction of a second when it transitions between space-time states. The World Engine can lock it in that moment, but we'll need every awakened human on Earth to power the attempt. And if we fail? Core Mind 7th asked. Then Earth falls, Amanda replied simply. And after Earth, the rest of the galaxy. The Hunters won't stop until they've consumed everything that exists or ever could exist. She felt the weight of history pressing down as she watched the Allied fleet move into position. Humanity had hidden themselves away, encoded their civilization into their very genes, all for this moment. They hadn't been running from the Hunters. They had been preparing to end them once and for all. Send word to the other mantle-bearers, she ordered. Begin the final preparations. We have 6 hours to remember everything we were, everything we can be. The World Engine hummed with growing power as humanity's awakened abilities fed into it. Soon, they would face the darkness that had haunted their genetic memories for 50,000 years. And this time, they would be ready. Time seemed to slow as Amanda watched the final hours tick away. Through her connection to the World Engine, she felt the surge of power as millions of awakened humans channeled their abilities in unison. Each passing minute brought new manifestations, new rememberings of what they had once been. Energy manipulation groups are at full capacity. Jason Chen reported from Kansas, his warrior's mantle blazing like a star in Amanda's enhanced perception. We've got people literally pulling power from the quantum vacuum now. The technopath networks are integrating with recovered technology worldwide. Dr. Rodriguez added from her command center in Buenos Aires, the scholar's mantle letting her process data at impossible speeds. We're bringing weapons platforms online that haven't been used since the Golden Age. But it was the newest mantle bearer who brought the most stunning news. Sarah Patel, a quantum physicist from Mumbai, had fully bonded with the builder's mantle only hours ago. The genetic memories are showing me something. Her voice crackled through the calm. We're not just remembering our powers. We're evolving beyond them. Amanda felt it too. The genetic memories weren't just recordings. They were templates for transformation. Each human who awakened pushed the boundaries of what was possible, their DNA unfolding like origami to reveal new dimensions of power. In Sydney, a teenager phased an entire suburb out of normal space-time to protect it from a quantum surge. In Cairo, a street vendor discovered she could see possible futures, mapping probability itself. And in Vancouver, a retired teacher found he could communicate with the quantum consciousness that underpinned reality. 3 hours to contact, Michael announced, his eyes fixed on the tactical display. The Void Hunter had consumed Phobos as it approached Mars, leaving another hole in existence. The Allied fleet is in position. Amanda touched the world engine's control interface, letting her consciousness expand through its networks. She felt every awakened human on Earth, their minds linked in a vast web of shared purpose. The genetic memories flowed between them now, not just awakening powers, but sharing the wisdom to use them. We found the last mantle, Jason reported suddenly. The Hunter's mantle just activated in Moscow. Denis Karlov, former chess grandmaster. He can see the Hunter's movements before they happen. The final piece clicked into place. 5 mantles, 5 aspects of humanity's greatest powers: Guardian, Warrior, Scholar, Builder, and Hunter. Together, they formed a key that could unlock humanity's full potential. All mantle bearers, link with me, Amanda commanded, her voice carrying through the neural network that connected awakened humanity. It's time to remember who we really are. The 5 mantles resonated together, their frequencies aligning perfectly. Through their combined awareness, Amanda saw the truth that had been hidden in their genes, the final secret of what humanity had been designed to become. We were never meant to just fight the Hunters, she realized, the knowledge flowing through her. We were meant to replace the first ones, to become the next guardians of reality itself. The world engine pulsed with power as the truth of their heritage fully awakened. Across Earth, millions of enhanced humans felt their abilities expand exponentially. They weren't just wielding energy or technology. They were touching the fundamental forces that shaped existence. 1 hour to contact. Michael's voice seemed to come from a great distance as Amanda's consciousness expanded. Through the linked mantles, she could see the quantum structure of reality itself, could perceive the wrongness of the Void Hunter's approach. All awakened humans, prepare for final convergence, she broadcast through the neural network. Channel everything through the world engine. Whatever you can do, however you can help, we need it now. The Hunter's void wake stretched behind it like a tear in the universe, consuming all light, all matter, all possibility. But as Amanda felt the combined power of awakened humanity flow through her, she knew they were ready. 50,000 years of preparation had led to this moment. The powers encoded in their DNA had fully blossomed. The time for hiding was over. The time for transcendence had come. The Void Hunter appeared above Earth like a wound in reality, its presence negating the very concepts of light and matter. Through the world engine's sensors, Amanda saw it as the first ones had. A quantum anomaly that consumed not just what was, but what could have been. All awakened humans, stand ready. She broadcast through the neural network that connected millions of enhanced minds. Channel everything through your regional mantle bearers. The 5 mantles blazed with power: guardian, warrior, scholar, builder, and hunter, each drawing on the combined abilities of humanity's awakened potential. Through their shared consciousness, Amanda felt every human who had remembered their heritage. From children moving objects with thought to elders who could bend probability itself. Hunter approaching final transition point. Denis Karlov reported from Moscow, his hunter's mantle letting him track the creature's movement through quantum states. We'll have exactly 3.7 seconds when it shifts. The alien fleet moved in perfect coordination, their weapons targeting the precise coordinates the world engine calculated. Energy beings, crystalline entities, and living machines, all the species humanity had once protected now stood with Earth for this final battle. Now, Amanda commanded as the hunter began its reality shift. Power surged through the world engine as millions of enhanced humans channeled their abilities simultaneously. Jason Chen's energy manipulators pulled power from the quantum vacuum. Alina Rodriguez's technopaths interfaced with ancient weapons platforms. Sarah Patel's builders reshaped space-time itself around the hunter's manifestation point. The creature appeared in normal space, its void dark form writhing as it prepared to consume Earth. But humanity was ready. All mantles converge. Amanda's consciousness expanded through the world engine, connecting with the other bearers. Their combined awareness touched the quantum foundation of reality itself. The same level of existence the first ones had tried to transcend. The hunter sensed the trap too late. The world engine locked it in mid-transition, holding it between states of existence. Around Earth, millions of awakened humans poured their power into the ancient device, their combined abilities reaching levels not seen since humanity's golden age. But the hunter fought back. Reality buckled around it as it tried to break free, its void weight beginning to consume the upper atmosphere. Amanda felt the strain through the world engine as awakened humans worldwide struggled to maintain the containment. "We can't hold it," Michael shouted over the alarms. "The power requirements are too high." "We're not trying to hold it," Amanda realized through the genetic memories. "We're trying to teach it." Through the combined mantles, she reached out to the trapped hunter's consciousness. She felt its hunger, its emptiness, its desperate desire to consume all that existed. The first one's failed transcendence had left it forever incomplete, unable to truly exist in any state of reality. "Show it what we became," she broadcast to all awakened humanity. "Show it what real transcendence looks like." Millions of minds joined with her, sharing not just their power, but their experiences, their hopes, their very humanity. Through the world engine, they showed the hunter what the first ones had truly created, beings who could touch the quantum foundation of reality while remaining connected to the physical world. The hunter's form began to change, its void dark surface taking on colors no human eye could process. Through their shared consciousness, Amanda felt the moment it understood, the moment it realized what true transcendence meant. Light exploded outward from the transformation point, rippling through space-time itself. When it faded, the hunter was gone. In its place floated a beam of pure quantum potential, neither matter nor energy, but something new. The first ones were right about us, Amanda broadcast to the watching fleet and the linked minds of humanity. We weren't meant to hide from the darkness. We were meant to show it a better way. Across Earth, awakened humans felt their powers stabilize at new levels. The genetic memories had fully integrated, leaving them changed but still fundamentally human. They had transcended without losing themselves, achieving what the first ones could not. As the Allied fleet celebrated around them, Amanda felt the truth of humanity's new role settling into place. They were no longer the hidden guardians, no longer the secret protectors. They were the bridge between what was and what could be, teaching even the darkness itself how to shine. The new golden age had begun.